Hi, I'm Jackie. You've seen her everywhere. She is sweeping across New Jersey, sweeping across the nation actually. Anna Little, her signs are everywhere. People walking around in throngs with her name on their chest, and she's with us here today. You are going to meet her live, firsthand, Miss Anna Little, the Mayor of Highlands. Welcome, Anna.
Hi, Jackie.
Thank you for coming to sit with us today and talk.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
We are thrilled to have you. You're a movement. You are everywhere. But some people haven't had a chance to personally meet you, so we want to give them an opportunity to know who you are.
Well, for starters, it isn't all about me. It's really about the people of District 6, the people of the United States, standing up, voicing their thoughts, their opinions, taking their government back. You see, I am the opportunity for everybody to do that because I want to be a grassroots representative. You see, when I go down to Washington, D.C., I want to bring your voice. I want to bring the voice of Congressional District 6, New Jersey, to Washington, D.C. I don't want to go down to D.C. and figure out what's going on and then come back and report to you that that's how things have to be, like your present representative has done. No. I want you to tell me how you want things to be, and then I want to take that voice down to Washington.
I think a lot of people would agree. We keep hearing the word grassroots and the strength of your campaign coming from grassroots. But we're well beyond grassroots. I mean, you have a strong, successful, sustainable, and winning campaign in effect. So how has it been getting it from grassroots to a very major contest for such an established opponent like Frank Pallone?
Well, I'm going to tell you that we did really start with about 5 people in a room. We did. That was back in late February of 2010, and when we had our first formal campaign meeting at the Keyport IHOP on Route 36, we actually had about 15 people at that meeting, and we told everybody to go home and bring a friend. We had a couple of donations, $20 here, $50 there. I put in some money of my own, not a whole lot, but something, just to open the account and get things started. I would say by about mid-March, we were at about 30 people in the room. We carried that for a little bit. Toward the end of April, we were up to about 50. We carried that through May, and I would say 2 weeks before the election, we reached about 75 people.
This sounds a lot like starting a small business.
It's very similar to that. It really is. What we did was we had the word of mouth spread. We did door to door because we didn't have money for postage. So we were doing literature drops, very much like the Chinese food fellas put a menu on your door. As a matter of fact, that's how we helped people who had never done it before become comfortable with knocking on doors. If the Chinese food guy can leave that menu and not get arrested, what he's doing is illegal. What you're doing with a political flyer is actually legal. So if he didn't get arrested, you're certainly not going to get arrested. Some people were very timid about talking to a new voter. I said, listen, if you're afraid to talk to somebody, just knock on the door and leave it. Or just leave it. They'll find it when they open the door. That was it. From there, it's history. They all grabbed the literature. I couldn't keep them in literature. We were ordering it every single week because no matter how much I bought, they used it all.
For those of you who haven't heard, these door knockers now, I'm sure that you've met a few of them, are known as Anna's Army. So they've really come a long way from not knowing how to knock on a door to knocking and knocking and knocking, and it's made a big difference for you.
It certainly has. I would say my original door knockers actually came from the Bay Shore Tea Party and the Jersey Shore Tea Party and the Ocean County Citizens for Freedom. These are ordinary Americans who are just standing up. They've had enough of taxes. You see, Tea Party is an acronym. T is taxed enough already. T-E-A, taxed enough already. And that's the only common thread that brings them together, other than that they're all citizens of the United States of America. So these groups were my original door knockers. We've added to the ranks. We've got a big mix right now between the Tea Party members and, you know, I would say the majority of people now are just the ordinary voters that the Tea Party has woken up. They've kind of branched out on their own. They've got their own movement going on now. But we're all working together. And I've got to tell you, I've never worked with such a team. I've been able to tell these people one time what they have to do and how they have to do it, and I haven't had to repeat it. It's been an amazing experience for me as well.
It's interesting, too, to be caught up and hearing on the outside of the campaign the differences between the Tea Party and the Republican Party, but you are a candidate that has 100% support on both sides. That says a lot. How does that feel?
Well, it feels great. I mean, frankly, what happens over time with any elected official, regardless of party, is they get caught up in doing the job. And having been in different elected offices before, at the local level and at the county level, I can understand how that might happen to somebody. I have had the wonderful and unique opportunity to bridge the gap between the constituency, the grassroots, the ordinary everyday citizens, and their elected officials. I'm trusted within the Republican Party, and I'm also trusted by the people. And so my role in this race is bringing the two together, making sure that the people are well represented, that the leaders of the Republican Party know what the people in District 6 want, and that we're working together as a team to make sure the right things happen in government.
You're really sweeping District 6, and you're one woman, you're a mom. I know you have a phenomenal team behind you, but how does it feel to be a mom and a business professional? You have your own business yourself, to be at the forefront of a movement like this.
Well, I try very hard not to think about that aspect of it a lot, and I think that helps. You see, I'm not doing this. The people of District 6 are standing up. I'm honored that they have faith in me. I'm honored to be entrusted with their confidence. And in approaching it that way and looking at it as a group effort, a team effort, it really isn't very overwhelming at all. As for the family aspect, I can't say enough good things about my family. For starters, I've got a husband. First of all, he's been a chairman, so he knows what it is to run in an election and be involved in that election process. But I know this man is not getting much attention from his wife these days, and I've got to say, real men really do support their wives, and he's at the top of that list. And as for the children, you know, Katie's 18, Robert's 16, Christine is 13. They are so supportive of what I'm doing. They're independent. They know that they can do for themselves at a certain level. They know how to reach me when they need to reach me. Believe me, I'm there at a moment's notice for a phone call if they need something. But in general, they're very self-sufficient, very supportive. Christine even came out to campaign with me on Saturday. She gave a nice public speech, 2 lines, but her very first public speech ever.
What did she say?
She said, "Hello everybody, I'm Christine Little, and thanks for supporting my mom."
Oh,
and she did a
great.
terrific job.
That's great.
And for a 13-year-old, I think that's a great start.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for what you're doing. It's inspiring, it's exciting, and for the people that you haven't met, we have people walk in constantly on the street who are saying thank you to you, and they're all excited to meet you. For those who haven't met you yet personally, what would you like to say to them about your running for Congress?
Be firm in your beliefs. No matter what anybody says to you, speak your mind. Require your elected officials to do your bidding. Remember that you are the people of the United States of America, that under the Constitution of the United States you are both the governed and the government, and that your elected officials work for you. Hold their feet to the fire, make sure your government is the way you intend it to be, and that it honors the sacrifices of our founding fathers who gave birth to this nation. And I would be honored to have your support on November 2nd.
And she's a woman who does exactly what she just advised you to do. I'm taking her lead. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anna, so much for coming.
Thank you, Jackie, for having me.